So tell me, you read any good books lately? Argylle. Apparently, so this is a really. I found out this is a really weird circumstance where this movie. Apparently, there is in fact a book called Argylle, like this subject matter, that's coming out later this year. Who that is written by the same character, the author of the same character in this movie. Like the author character in this movie is actually the name of the author in the real life, allegedly. I'm assuming it's not a pen name. So this is a really meta movie in that sense, and in many other senses. It's playing on the tropes of spy movies. It's really kind of pushing the envelope in some cases of what you can understand about them or what you can accept with them. But I digress. You saw if you saw my short out of the theater reaction last night, I generally like this movie. I think it is a good movie. I fall in the camp of people who like Kingsman 2. Not as much as the first one, but I definitely like Kingsman 2. There are plot points I have problems with. Tracking vagina thing, anyone? Like, what? Could you be less skeevy in terms of how you're tracking someone? What? Anyway, but I still like Kingsman 2. I would say in the Matthew Vaughn Kingsman spy world movies, this is probably my least favorite, but I don't think it's a bad movie. I like it. I'd even go so far as to say it's a fun, entertaining ride. But it does have issues. Let's start with the stuff that works. Honestly, all the cast is great. Henry Cavill, John Cena's not in there very much. Henry Cavill's in there more than him. Honestly, Henry Cavill himself isn't in the movie that much, all things considered, because we know that he isn't real. At least that version of him isn't real. That's the character she's writing. Dua Lipa shows up for that one scene in the beginning, and for someone who doesn't really act, that was a perfectly fine role. Bryce Dallas Howard is good. I love me Sam Rockwell. I'll eat up some Sam Rockwell all day. And when he's just allowed to do his thing, I kind of put it best to my girlfriend last night. He knew the assignment. Like, that kind of dry, I'm so fed up with this sarcastic humor that he is so good at. I dug it. Samuel Jackson, again, you want to talk about someone who's barely in the movie, but he's fun. There's a plot point of him at one point literally sitting and watching a basketball game. It's not even a plot point. It's just us cutting back to him drinking wine and watching a basketball game. And I can't help but wonder if Sam was just like, look, Matt, I love the fact that you brought me back. I love working with you. I'm tired of sales today, man. Can I just sit and watch some TV? We can work it in the movie somehow. Let me just drink some shit. I'm just like, maybe that's what happens. And Bryan Cranston is always Bryan Cranston. Like, he's so good. I think it was like Catherine Hahn, wasn't that? Who played her mom? I want to say that's Catherine Hahn. One second, because I'm honestly blanking on. Or Catherine O'Hara. I think that was Catherine O'Hara, not Catherine Hahn. Catherine O'Hara. I believe that's who's playing her mom, right? Come on, seriously, where the heck is? Okay. There's Bryan Cranston on the. Wow, they are not. You'd think that. There's Bryan Cranston. Okay, where is her mother listed on? I'm looking at IMDb now. I'm not finding her mother on there. Okay, where's the whole list of the cast? Because this is kind of silly. There should be the full list of the cast. All right, let's to Wikipedia instead. Because this is silly. You should have the like all of them in it. The budget's $200 million on this film, by the way. Oh no. Oh no. This is not going to do well, unfortunately, because of that. Anywho, okay, where is? Okay, there it is. Catherine O'Hara, thank you, playing her mom. She's good in the like. Everyone is good in the movie at their performances and what they're doing. The action sequences, those are a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the fight scene on the train. It gets Kingsman wacky in the finale, but I was there for it. Like, okay, yeah, sure. Although I'm not gonna say exactly what happens, but there is a scene involving oil. And even me and my girlfriend are just going like, really? I mean, it's fun, but really? Like, raw. And unfortunately, in scenes like that, which I will get to talk a bit more in a little second, you can kind of see the budget wasn't able to fully integrate the person into the scene, I guess is the best way to put it. But no, the action sequences are really good. The humor, when the humor's working, is really good. When we're dealing with the actual spy stuff too, it's a lot of fun. I liked watching them, like, two parties kind of trying to figure something out at the same time and pretty much doing it at the same time. That was actually a lot of fun. And overall, I do like the movie, and it's got some good jokes, good action sequences. I like the dynamic with these characters, especially as the movie goes on. However, this is not perfect. Look, honestly, the actual book this is based on is apparently coming out this year. I am very intrigued to know more about this book, because let me tell you something. It felt like a book, like a not a very well written spy novel. It's like twist upon twist upon twist upon. Come on, let's slow down. Stop it. The whole what was the line? They said the bigger the spy, the bigger the lie. They really doubled down on that. Like, they kept like trying to do like new reveals here or there, like, and many of them are for the plot, sure, but it's like you needed to condense one or two of these plot points down. It really does feel like a book that just keeps like throwing you for a loop. And in a book, this can work, because you're reading it, you're invested, and you're like, reading something and watching something are two very different mediums of entertainment. And how you register and perceive those mediums of entertainment are very different as well. This, look, it can work in a book. I just didn't feel like we didn't need that many twists, without saying what the twists are. Because like, one of the big things is, how is she able to do this? How is she able to actually know what's been happening? And when we get the reveal, I'm like, that's not what I was expecting. I should have seen it coming. There are twists I can see coming, but, and then I'm like, there's twists later on. I'm like, okay, wait. As soon as like we get to a scene, I'm like, let me put everything I know back together. Like, okay, that was it. And sure enough, that was it. And there's this other running mystery. Not mystery. I shouldn't even say what it is, actually. It has to do with how someone is able to survive something. I'll keep it at that. If they were able to survive it, and how could they do it? And I immediately called that the second time they brought it up. I'm like, okay, that's how this happened. This is what's going to happen. Sure enough. Look, and me and my girlfriend again, when she explained this to him, and I God bless. Like, I gotta admit, the meta-ness works mostly because Sam Rockwell, I'm not going to explain what exactly happened, but Sam Rockwell survived something at one point. And Sam Rockwell's one of the main players in the film. If he's going to go out, it's not going to be that way. Whether he goes out or not. But if he's going to go out, it's not that way. But when Bryce Dallas Howard explains exactly what happened, my girlfriend and me just go, bullshit. And then Sam Rockwell, after she's done explaining, goes, oh, that's the dumbest bullshit I've ever heard. I'm like, we're both laughing. He's like, thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. But it's like, okay, how many twists again? I was on the twist angle right now. There's twist 1, which is the main twist. Like, oh, you're a goddamn fortune teller, really? It's like, okay, so that's the twist, but that's the twist we all know about. Okay. What about the remaining twists? Well, there is twist number, let me see here. Twist number 1. There is twist number 2. There is twist number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6, and then number 7. Sorry, that's 8. That's 8. I miscounted. There's more than that. Yeah. Yeah, there is like 6, 7, or 8 or more twists in this movie. Varying levels of twists, mind you. Some are much bigger twists than others. But varying twists in this movie. I'm like, oh, dear God. Okay, Enough. Enough. Please, enough. Oh, man. And, like, I would say at least 50% of them work. You didn't honestly need to do, or you could have, like, combined a bunch of those twists in together. Like, there's literally, there is a twist within a twist. I'm like, how many twists do you need to goddamn do? And after a while, it does get a little fatiguing. I don't know. I love a good twist. I love Quentin Tarantino movies when they do a twist. When Shyamalan's able to do them right, I like a twist. I like a movie that, I like the Guy Ritchie twists when he, like, reveals how it all went down. The Ocean's 11 stuff. I love a good twist. And you can have multiple twists in the movie. But they gotta sometimes make sense. Or just, not just be continued add-ons for a damn book. In movie form. So that probably is one of the biggest problems I have with the movie. Among other problems, though, is that tonally it starts to get a little lost in itself. Its tone does start to wander. I want to say the tone for the first third to almost a bit of a half of it is about right. It's about right. Like, it's fitting that comedic genre tone right. But then in, like, the next quarter, it's taking itself much too seriously. Like, it's really starting to be a lot more grounded and serious. I'm like, wait, what? This is not the movie. And then, this is not the movie we suddenly had. And then we go into the last quarter, and it turns back into Matthew Vaughn Kingsman wackiness. And but by then I'm like, wait, what? See, Kingsman had that balance. I shouldn't be comparing it that much to Kingsman, but I am, because it's the same guy and, to a degree, possibly the same world. And same type of spies and stuff like that. So it is very much in that vein. But Kingsman actually struck that balance very well. And I like that. You can't see it because there's whenever, hold on. Okay, now it's gone. But there was this red, because I clicked on the image and the image was still there. There was this red bar and it was like right there. For my OBS, like the image and proper placing. But, there was that proper balance of when you open up the movie to money for nothing and them going to war, or going to battle, or going, not battle, but, going to, storm the base of the enemy and whatnot. When you do that, you get the tone immediately, but it's never going so wacky that the serious moments don't work. Here, it's kind of doing that a little bit. Like, when we're going into a torture scene, it's like, wait, what? I mean, hold. Like, we were just doing that a little earlier, and now we're doing this? Like, the tone is messing with itself. So, yeah, that's a problem with the film, I think, has. Other than that, though, I think the less egregious issue that I think the movie has is that the main leads, I liked Sam Rockwell from the get. I did. Bryce Dallas Howard definitely took a little growing, especially if you're looking at it from a bit more of a, like, okay, if you're looking for the standpoint of, okay, people are trying to kill me, I should probably trust the guy who's trying to save me right now. Maybe he's trying to kill me, but if I don't trust him, they're going to kill me. Instead of constantly trying to run away. And I had the same issue a little bit with the Haley Atwell character in Mission Impossible, the newest one, Dead Reckoning. But she's actually very likable and very femme fatale and all that. She's what Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character in Dial of Destiny should have been. But the difference is she had a bit more of a likable personality, whereas Bryce Dallas Howard's character just seems a little, honestly, she seems a little up her own ass, just a little bit, but not in any way that is, like, detrimental or anything like that. As the film's going, you do grow to like her more and more, until eventually you're like, okay, now you're rooting for her. Either way, look, the film, it does have problems with it. It does. I don't think it's a perfect film. It's Probably the weakest of the three. Now, I know there are a lot of people who didn't like Golden Circle, Kingsman 2, but I personally liked it. And I do think it's still a better film than this one, at least to a degree. Some of them there is outlandish shit in Golden Circle, definitely, like saving you from a bullet to the brain the way they did. Yeah, that one, that might be a little implausible. And robot dogs, I mean, all right, yeah, I'll give you that. I still overall liked it a lot, so I still like that a bit more than this. I did not hate this, though. I did not hate it. But I will tell you, what it's trying to sell you is, I'll say this, the trailer, it does not give anything away. Oh no, there's a reason we really didn't get much in terms of trailers for this, because otherwise it really would have been giving you a bit too much. I'm hoping that's the case with Madam Web, because Madam Web apparently is not getting a second trailer. And I am looking forward to Madam Web. I am not on comic book fatigue yet, so I probably never will be. Mark, unfortunately, has finally become fatigued with comic book movies. And look, that's his prerogative. He's still going to see Deadpool 3, though. We're all going to see Deadpool 3, let's be honest, because we are all looking forward to that. And the movie that's allegedly going to save the MCU. Not necessarily that the MCU needs saving, it just needs a little bit of a boost again. That's a video on its own right, and something I might actually talk about in a different video. Not a video about the MCU, but a different video entirely, because I think the analogy for the MCU works actually very well with the analogy for Pokemon right now. But that's a different type of video entirely that I'll do at some point, probably before the Pokemon Direct. Anyway, and by the way, not that anyone cares, I will not be doing a reaction to the Pokemon Direct simply because I'll be at work that day. I was able to do a reaction because I wasn't working that time. I had the day off when it came out. This time I will not be able to do that. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What did you think of the movie if you've seen it? Thoughts without spoilers, because this is one of those movies you should not be doing spoilers for. At least not for the first week. Then wait at least a week or two. Wait at least 2 weeks, I think. And then spoilers, I think, are a lot more free to discuss. Or at least label your video spoilered. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks later.